If you are here, we are taking a deep dive into the emotion code. So wherever you're seeing this, it could be on the subscription part of TikTok or YouTube. We are going to be diving into the emotion code. It is by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and there is a foreword by Tony Robbins. Now, I am not going to be reading the foreword or the introduction. If you want to, the book is going to be linked in the bio. It will take you to an Amazon link. It is still the same book. The only reason I haven't connected it to Discover Healing is because Discover Healing doesn't allow for affiliate links. And since we're going to be doing a lot of sharing about this, a lot of information on the emotion code, and we're going to be talking about my experiences as a practitioner, breaking down what's said in the book and some of the science and things behind it, yeah, I'm just going to link it to one of the Amazon links. And if you want to grab the book and follow along, if you have any questions about it, if you want to read the foreword or the introduction, then you can do so by clicking the link. But for now, we're going to get into part 1, which is trapped emotions. So I'm going to be reading along. I'm going to be taking breaks. I'm going to be talking about what he's talking about in the book. And again, some of my experiences, I'm going to relate some of the information. I may share some other examples. If you've seen me do mini sessions on live, then you would have heard some of the examples that I might share already, but I'm going to come up with some other ones as well. And it's just to give you an idea. It's just to help sort of put what you're hearing into perspective and kind of give you a visual, because again, I'm a very visual person. If you're one of those people that does not see pictures or images in your mind, this might be a little tricky for you, but this is how I'm going to approach it as we move forward. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or in the chats, and I will be happy to answer them as well for you. So part 1, trapped emotions. Now I'm going to be focusing down here, which is usually what I'm doing on live because I'm going to have the book on my desk. It's the best setup for the moment that I have for this, so let's get into it. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it's because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth is not. That's a quote by Mark Twain, and that is how the book starts. Where would you be without your emotions? If the sum of the total of all your experiences makes up the tapestry of your life, it is the emotions you have experienced that give the tapestry its color. Try to imagine for a moment a world where no emotions could occur. No joy would be possible, no feelings of happiness, bliss, charity, or kindness. No love would be felt, no positive emotions of any kind. On this imaginary, emotionless planet, there would be no negative emotions either. No sorrow, no anger, no feelings of depression, and no grief. To live on such a planet would be to merely exist. With no ability to feel emotions, life would be reduced to a gray, mechanical ritual from cradle to grave. Be grateful that you can feel emotions. But are there emotions that you have experienced that you would rather not have felt? If you are like most people, your life has had its darker times. You have probably experienced moments of anxiety, as well as times of grief, anger, frustration, and fear. You have experienced periods of sorrow, as well as depression, low self-esteem, hopelessness, or any wide variety of negative emotions. What you may not realize is that some of the negative emotions you've experienced, even though you may have felt them long ago, may be creating problems for you now. Yes, some of your old experiences are still affecting you in subtle yet very damaging ways. The emotion code is about finding those old emotions and releasing them forever. Much of our suffering is due to negative emotional energies that have become trapped within us. The emotion code is a simple and powerful method of finding and releasing these trapped energies. Many people have found that when they free themselves of their trapped emotions, they're able to live healthier and happier lives. A single trapped emotion can create a physical and emotional problem. The following real-life examples illustrate how releasing trapped emotions using the emotion code can result in astonishing and sudden improvements in physical and emotional wellness. Now, here in the book, he's giving examples of people that he has worked with and the results that they have had. So here are a few of them that he lists. Allison's debilitating hip pain left her instantly, and she was able to dance in her performance that night. Linda's constant feelings of suicidal depression went away. Jennifer's chronic anxiety was gone, and she felt total confidence, the kind she'd been longing for. Lori could feel God's love for her for the first time in her life. Julia aced her test after having failed several times. Larry's foot pain disappeared along with his limp. Connie's allergies disappeared. Neil's 2-year-long feelings of resentment towards his boss vanished. Joan's bulimia was gone within a week. Jim's shoulder pain disappeared. Sandy's knee pain, which she had seen 3 doctors for, was gone in moments. Carol's night terrors, which had plagued her for over 30 years, were gone within a week and did not return. One of the videos that I made not too long ago, I was sharing again about an experience that I have. It's one of the first experiences that I had, and I talk about it a lot with emotion code. It was one of the reasons that emotion code kind of stuck with me, and it was something that really kind of got me wanting to look deeper into things, and again becoming a practitioner and wanting to share it with other people. If you know me, I have had chronic back pain for years because I had back issues, repeated injuries, but I had something going on with the upper right part of my back, and that was not one of these things that I'd had for years. That was something different that had come up, and I had been experiencing it for a couple of months or a few weeks, and I did the emotion code. I started with the sway test, which we're going to hear about in the book very soon, and I tried it one night, and that pain went away and it did not come back. So some of these examples might sound a little far-fetched if you're hearing this for the first time, but speaking from my own experience, it can happen. Now, does it happen after one session? Maybe not. Does it happen after a few? It's very hard to say how long it would take for those things to happen. Sometimes they are immediate responses, and other times it can take a while. It just depends on what you have going on, how much you have trapped, and what, again, I always say it's causing or contributing to. So I'm going to move on. Those were most of the examples. He has quite a list in this part of the book. There's only a couple that I skipped over, and I'm going to go on a little bit more here, and then we're going to hear about the sway test, which is one of the forms of muscle testing. So that's applied kinesiology, and that was the first thing that I did, was a sway test as a form of muscle testing when I released that one emotion. It was an emotion of heartache, and I'm going to explain all this as we get going into the book. I was present at each of the events and many others like them. In many years of practice and teaching, I have seen countless seemingly miraculous healings such as these, all as a result of simply releasing trapped emotions using the emotion code. My purpose in writing this book is to teach you how to find and remove trapped emotions from yourself and from others. Whether you are a doctor or a fisherman, a housewife, or a teenager, you can learn the emotion code. It's simple. Anyone can learn how to be free from their very real and damaging effects of the trapped emotions. What are emotions? As you live through the days and years of your life, you are continually experiencing emotions from one sort or another. These feelings you have all serve a purpose. They provide motivation, direction, and communication from your body, your higher self, and the divine. Negative emotions also can be useful, even if they are at times uncomfortable or painful. All of us experience negative emotional extremes at times. It seems to be part of what it means to be human. Our emotions don't come out of nowhere. They are generated by our bodies based on 2 criteria. What we are experiencing in the moment, right? Whatever's going on in the moment in our lives at present, they're the 2 criteria, and the information that's stored in our bodies and our minds from our past experiences. So the things that from our past dictate how we react and respond to things now and in the future. I say that because if we're still carrying that stuff in the future, it will